Hello everyone, it's time for the textual part of our literature reader, New Broadway. This video covers the textual part of the chapter Thelma Ray. Question number 1 from the part Understand. Thelma Ray was the narrators. The choice has been given A. Mother, B. Friend and C. Mother and Friend, and the right answer is C. Mother and Friend. Question number 2 for us, it had become almost a tradition. What does it refer to? The answer is it refers to the tradition the narrator shared with Thelma of working together on Simpson Beach. They would both arrive with their tablets to sit and work separately and then spend quality time with each other. So it refers to a type of tradition, or we can say habit. When Thelma and the narrator, they both went on Simpson Beach, they played together, they write together, they talk together, and like this they spend quality time with each other. Question number 3, like most people, Thelma and the narrator went to the beach only to play. True or false? It's false. Thelma and the narrator visited the beach to work and spend time with each other. So the main aim of Thelma and the narrator was to work of writing and spending time with each other besides playing. Question number 4, in what ways were Thelma and the narrator like two kids? Thelma and the narrator would throw pieces of driftwood in surf and watched for it to come back with childlike enthusiasm. So this was the one play, and besides this play they also like to run along the beach or walk along the beach. They splash water on each other. Then Thelma also like to poke the tiny sea ammonites, the tiny sea creature, with her finger. Then after that they both do writing work on their particular tablets, and sometimes they also came during the nights on the beach and they kept talking till dawn. Dawn is called early morning. So like this they both liked the company of each other, and besides playing they also passed time with each other like this. Question number 5. It was no wonder we were best friend. Explain. Friends here include Thelma and the narrator Disha Korim. The answer is the narrator and Thelma were best friends because they shared their life with each other. They stayed up nights talking, had similar interest and love for Chinese food, soft music, the Oregon coast, and were united in their love for writing. So many things were alike in each other. That's the same as you are having the friends. Okay, means if you are having the friend, if he has the same liking as your, then that person could be your best friend. Same goes with Thelma and the narrator. They both share the interest in so many things. That's why they were good friends. Question number 6. What two pieces of advice did Thelma give the narrator when she began to look for her soulmate? Look for is called to search, and soulmate is called life partner. So the answer is Thelma told the narrator that she should judge a man's character by observing his behavior with children and dogs. If he treated them well and took time to love them, he was sure to be good to her too. She also told the narrator that no man is perfect, so she should find someone whose faults she can be okay with. So the first advice she gave, that if you want to judge a person, just see that person behavior with children and dogs. Why the example of children and dogs has been given here? Because children and dogs are not able to speak. Even after they cannot express their feelings in the words, but they are very good judge. They can feel the true love of a person, of a particular person, for them by heart, and without saying a word they will definitely go or attract to that person. So like this we can say that yes, that particular person is very good in his behavior or in his character. And the second advice was that no man is perfect. So if narrator is finding anybody and she is ready to accept that person with his fault, then that could be his perfect life partner. Question number 7. Why did the narrator put on a brave face when she entered the hospital room? The answer is the narrator put on a brave face when she entered the hospital room because she didn't want to break down in front of Thelma. Breakdown is a phrase which means started crying. So when narrator went to hospital to meet Thelma, her mother, then she wanted to present herself as a strong person. Why? Because Thelma always used to talk about being positive and being strong in the life, no matter whatever the condition will be. So keeping all these positive talks in her mind, narrator put on a brave face when she entered the hospital room. Question number 8. How does the narrator keep her mother's legacy alive? Legacy is, we can say, tradition or custom. The answer is the narrator keeps her mother's legacy alive by sharing her memories and her mother's wisdom with her children. She also tries to write regularly, eat Chinese food often, and visit the Oregon coast as often as she can. So if we talk about how can we make any tradition or any custom alive, let me give you an example. Like we all celebrate the festivals, right? All these festivals have been celebrating by a grandmother, great great grandmother, and we are also trying to celebrate all those festivals in the same manner. So in fact, what are we doing? We are keeping all those legacies alive in our life. So the same was Thelma. Even after the death of her mother, she wanted to bring all the positive thinking, all the intelligence of her mother in her own children. That's why narrator used to tell about the stories of Thelma Ray, of her mother, to her own children. And she also tries all the interesting and the likable thing of the Thelma as well. Like she writes regularly, she eats Chinese food, she often visit to Oregon coast, and with all these things she wanted to keep Thelma alive in her life. Question number 9. Do you think the narrator's relationship with Thelma changed when she got married and became a mother? Give reasons for your answer. The answer is no. The narrator's relationship with Thelma did not change after she got married and became a mother. Though she moved further away and became busier in her new life, she remained close to Thelma and tried to keep in touch with her as regularly as possible. The narrator even tried to coax Thelma to come and live nearer to where they were situated, but Thelma didn't want to do that. Coax means when you are persuading anyone to do something in a very kind manner, और किसी को किसी चीज़ के लिए मनाना. So when narrator got married and just shifted to a new city, then she kept calling Thelma that please come and live with us, live near us if you don't want to live with us. But Thelma did not want to do that. Thelma just wanted to be there where she was. But narrator kept trying and trying to persuade Thelma to come and live near us. So we cannot say that after getting married, the narrator's relationship with Thelma changed, not at all. Question number 10. Did cancer affect Thelma's outlook on life? How can you tell? Outlook means the way to see something. The answer is no, cancer didn't affect Thelma's outlook on life. She was still a vibrant person and even lectured the narrator on positive thinking. Vibrant is called energetic, full of energy. So even after suffering from cancer, Thelma was still a very energetic person, and she still give lectures to narrator on being positive, on being strong in life. So we can say Thelma was really a very strong character of this chapter. Question number 11 from the part reflect. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. What do you think this saying means? How can you apply it in your own life? The answer is this saying probably means that it's better to have something even if it's not required than to miss it in a time of necessity. Means when you are not requiring anything and even then that thing is included in your life, or you are fortunate to have that thing in your life, then you should be understood yourself as fortunate कि yes, I am having this thing, but that thing is not coming in any use, then it's okay, but in future anytime you must need that thing. In my own life, I can apply it to many situations. Better to have a health emergency kit at home than to need it and have no access to it. Like a simple example is given here, like everybody is having first aid kit at their home, okay, but for long time, if the first aid kit is not coming in the use, then we started thinking, then what is the use of keeping this first aid kit? But nobody knows, accident can happen anytime. So maybe any day that emergency first aid kits can be in use at your home. So it's better to have something in your life. If it is not coming in the use, then well and good, but definitely in future that thing will come in your use. Question number 1 from the part extension. Read the story again. In what ways was Thelma Ray a good friend? In what ways was she a good mother? Write your response in a paragraph. In short, we have to write a summary of this chapter. So Thelma Ray was a good friend because she was always around for the narrator. She was a good person to talk to, someone to learn new things with, especially on countless beach excursions. She shared some common interest with the narrator, so they spent a lot of happy times together. Thelma Ray was also a good mother as she was always present to guide the narrator and give her some well-meaning advice. She cared for the narrator and loved her, spending lots of time with her both while writing and while they enjoyed some leisure time. Excursion is called picnic. So she was both a good friend as well as a good mother for the narrator. Means whenever narrator needs a good friend to need some advice or to pass the happy moments or time or playing like the self age group person, she always there for narrator, and as a mother she always advise and give positive and good lesson to her daughter that will definitely be beneficial for the future life of the narrator. And leisure time, we can say the free time, means whenever they are free they are sharing the same interest. So narrator never feels the emergency, or we can say the requirement of a friend, because she was already having a friend in the form of her mother. Question number 2 from the part extension. Match the mother and friend expressions in column A with their meanings in column B. Some expression have been given in column A. We have to find out and rightly match the meaning of those expression. It is done for you. You can go through it. Question number 3. Fill in the blanks below with the right expressions from column A above. We have to fill these blanks with the help of the expression giving in question number 2 in column A. Again, it's done for you. You can go through that and complete the sentences. This was the last question of the textual part of this chapter. That's it for now. I'll see you next time.